young individual has unique talents, dreams, and aspirations that deserve to be nurtured and encouraged. Creating a safe and inclusive space where young people can thrive, grow, and develop into confident and empowered individuals is the need of the hour. Boys and Girls Clubs of America started in 1860 with four women, keeping character development as the cornerstone of the club. Hi, I'm Tej, host at Chezuba Talks, where we share stories that shine a light on the good work done by nonprofits and their incredible leaders. On today's episode, I have Lorraine Orr, the Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer of BGCA. She began her career as CEO of a local Boys and Girls Club at just 25 years old. Lorraine leads field services and activities across the Boys and Girls Club movement and oversees leadership development for clubs and BGCA national staff. Her leadership and commitment to youth have been recognized both locally and nationally. Honored to have you on the podcast, Lorraine.
Thank you so much. I am honored to be here today.
Lorraine, BGCA was founded in 1860. That's a very long legacy. So now, more than any other time, society feels the need to build character and stable citizens. How is your organization helping do that?
Yeah, so as I think about Boys and Girls Clubs, I mean, I would say that we are a legacy institution, right? And the way that we are,
Absolutely.
are, are doing that is through community-based organizations that are run by paid youth development professionals. So
Mhm.
today we have close to 5,200 Boys and Girls Clubs across the United States, U.S. military bases around the globe. And obviously, we partner with north of 140 indigenous nations in serving our native young people. But the primary way that we accomplish that is through relationships between adult staff and young people, and helping them realize the dreams that they have, and how do we help them manifest those. And that is done through a variety of different ways, but mostly through, I would say, nationally designed and curated programs that help young people thrive.
Right. So there is a curriculum that has been prepared.
Oh yes, yes. We have, as a national organization, north of 25 national programs that we've created, and that is everything from the arts to trauma informed practice to leadership development, educational programs, sports. We just launched a national esports league. But it really is designed based on the age of the young person and the outcomes that we want for those young people. And that may be as simple as helping a young person set goals for him or herself, helping a young person
Mhm.
learn how to manage their resources, and understanding what managing money is about through a national program that we call Money Matters. Our Keystone Club and our lead Torch Clubs, those are leadership development programs that help young people, not only build their own individual leadership capabilities, but also learning how to give back to their communities through volunteerism. So, yes, we have a wide array of programs that we design in house, and then we actually research and curate programs to also help at the local level, and with local clubs. And I would say one of our bigger initiatives right now is life and workforce readiness. Our job, we believe, is when a young person leaves high school, that they are prepared for the world, they're prepared for life, and that may be going into the world of work, into the military,
Mhm.
or higher education. And our job is to prepare him or her for when they leave our doors, that they can step into either one of those spaces and be successful.
That sounds like a very comprehensive program. What is the age group that you take children into your fold?
Yeah, so we serve young people ages 6 to 18. That is our core, age group. But we do have some boys and girls clubs that will, start at zero, and they have those early youth development programs, and those young people literally will stay with the club from zero age to 18. We also have some organizations right now that are serving up to age 24, because as we
Wow.
think about these young individuals and their development once they leave high school, go into the world of work, young people still need that guidance and coaching.
Yes.
But the core age is 6 through 18. But this is, I would say, we are an entrepreneurial type of organization, and we look for opportunities in every community to determine what a young person needs, and frankly, what are the gaps, right, that may exist in a community where a boys and
Hmm.
girls club can step in and fill those gaps.
Right. So today you hear so much about mental health. You hear about children not having the kind of family support that would be required for a healthy, character building person. How do you tackle this once the person is coming into your folds? When you say somebody needs help, is it the parents who are putting the child into your club, or you are the people who are going to various institutes or schools and telling them, please join our club? What is it?
It's both, actually. Obviously, young people, parents will bring them into our clubs because they know clubs in their community. And when I say community based, I mean the one of the, I would say, that the powers of a boys and girls club is that we are there in communities where young people can access us through walking to the club, or their school bus can drop off, or their central in communities. Now, that's not everywhere. Some people will have to pay for transportation or get transportation there, but parents will bring them. And we recruit in schools, we recruit in churches, and wherever young people gather, we will let the community know that here's where we are, and here's what we do for young people. Now, when you talk about mental health, I mean, obviously, we know that mental health is a crisis, amongst young people and young adults. We about 3 years ago, I mean, we've always had focuses on mental health and social and emotional skills for young people. But a few years ago, we launched a trauma informed network where we really spent some time with about 60% of our organization, local boys and girls clubs, and designed a trauma informed program where we literally can help local clubs measure where they are across a trauma continuum, from trauma aware, meaning that we recognize what trauma is and the
Hmm.
impacts of adverse childhood experiences, to trauma informed. And at the far end of the spectrum is that we have staff or social workers on staff that are working with our young people and their families, or we have created the right partnerships in the community where they're bringing in trained professionals. Now, what I will say, we work on the social and emotional skills, and that there's a difference when a young people needs that clinical experience, right? So we are
Right.
the broker of that, and making sure that those young people are getting access to the professional support that they may need. But for us, is around the experience that we create in clubs, from everything from what the club looks like and feels like, to calming rooms, calming corners, helping young people really be able to deal with whatever emotional breakdown or challenge that they may be
Yeah.
having, so that they can learn the coping skills that they need to be able to manage. But I'll be clear again. Some young people, and we recognize this, there is a clinical side of this, and our jobs is to make sure that if we do not have that expertise, right, that certified expertise, that we're
Hmm.
connecting those young people
To
to
the yeah.
to that support.
To that support. Yeah, so very important. Also, I feel having somebody to talk to, just offloading whatever worries or concerns that a child has, also helps. So you must be having a lot of mentors who are probably trained in speaking to young adults.
Oh, absolutely, and that's a part of our staff. I mean, nationwide, we have 64,000 paid staff and a little
Wow.
north of 300,000 volunteers that work in our clubs, year round. And yes, that's a part of the onboarding, is helping youth development professionals really understand the importance of staff connection, right? And we believe that that is the most powerful part of
It is.
our club experience, because a young person is not, they may or may not remember, being in a program, but they will always remember that connection, that positive connection with an
Very
adult.
true. Very true. Right. Lorraine, do you also incorporate technology or digital aids to in your programs?
Yeah, a really great question, and the answer is yes. We have a couple of, well, a few, big, technology investments for within the organization right now. One is, a member management system that we call My Club Hub, and clubs can use that to manage volunteers, to staff, to tracking how often kids are in the program, kind of the membership tracking, or the club
Mm-hmm.
program
Hmm.
tracking system. The other is a platform that we call My Future, and this is a technology system where we do everything from contests to experiences for young people. I mean, there's everything from an art contest where a young person is showing an art piece that they have created, and telling the audience what inspired them to create that piece.
Like an
And then
interface.
yeah, that's exactly
Like an
right, and
interface.
we do contests and experiences there year round. And the third one is a newer program, our product, called Club Programs, and it's literally where we have taken every program that we have, and we've modularized it, where there are snippets, right, where a staff person can go on and find something in the area of social and emotional development for 5 to 7 minutes, where a young person can engage, and then there's that conversation between a club
Okay.
staff person and a young person. And it also
Okay.
feeds information back to clubs based on what they're looking for. So if they need a 10-minute activity that is around exercise, then they can find that there and be able to work with young people, using the club programs platform. So we know the importance of technology, but we also know the importance of that face-to-face interaction between young people and adult staff, given that so many young people were isolated, during the pandemic, and the impacts of that. So we found a balance there, so that we can make sure that our young people are able to thrive.
Right. Let's take a break to understand what Chezuba is. Everyone at some point ponders on how this beautiful life can be made more meaningful. Maybe you're a leader trying to enhance your employees' experience at your organization. Or you already work for the community and seek volunteers with state of the art skills to strengthen your nonprofit. Whatever your situation, know that you can make a difference. Chezuba began with this very vision. A vision to facilitate every skill and every passion in the world in meeting a social need. Corporate volunteering has several benefits for both businesses and organizations. In parallel, experienced and enthusiastic volunteers join NGO workers, enabling them to serve the community more effectively. Chezuba offers everyone looking to add purpose and meaning to their lives a chance to connect or volunteer virtually with nonprofit organizations from over 100 countries around the world. Visit www.chezuba.net and explore opportunities to find meaning. Chezuba, your platform to do good. And now, back with our guest. Is there any sort of evaluation that happens before the child or the individual leaves your organization? Do you evaluate him or her?
So there's not a